right. All right. My brother, what's going on?
What's happening, family? What's going on?
Chilling, chilling, chilling. So, People's Podcast, what we have here today is my brother, Dr. Courtney Russell. He is the owner and co-founder of We Up CBO and A2H2. A2H2 is a 501c3 non-governmental organization. It is a mobile health and wellness company that is dedicated to addressing poverty by offering consistent, quality, respectful primary care and ambulatory medical services for the non-insured, underinsured, and those experiencing poverty. He also educates and empowers those that we serve with the medical knowledge needed to take control of their lives. He also speaks on issues surrounding poverty and healthcare to other healthcare professionals and those interested in raising their awareness in order to support the vulnerable. His second company is We Up. We Up focuses on solutions to issues plaguing every marginalized community. Under the We Up umbrella exist several companies. The fundamental company is named Mastermind Society, which is the public speaking subsidiary. And other present day subsidiaries are Lord of the Threads, Leaf Records, and R&R Vision. He is also the co-host of a podcast called the Humanized Podcast. I want to welcome my brother, Dr. Courtney Russell. And then, but before we get started, brother, tell us a little bit more about your companies.
Man, A2H2, my nonprofit. I mean, that's a baby. You know, I love medicine, I love healthcare, and I feel like it should be equitable for all. And so, me and my co-founder created it so that we can address the issue of healthcare. Because without healthcare, you can't even envision freedom because you won't live long enough to experience it. And so, we really wanted to get healthcare back to helping others instead of it being about the money. And so it was created to do. And so once individual we serve our SEMA A2H2, 100% free. The education is empowering, and then we just figure out creative ways to make sure the healthcare they receive and the education they receive surrounding healthcare is consistent, so they can continue to live the lives that them and their families deserve. And
That's dope. And that's
and so
and
for
that's
my
so real. No, go ahead. Go
appreciate
ahead.
you, bro. And for We Up, yeah, for We Up, the umbrella company, we have, like I said, the subsidiaries, um, mastermind. Everything is the through line is healthcare. I mean, is freedom, you know. And so when you talk about freedom, it seems like a lot going on, but it's all on the same road per se, you know, because if you don't have healthcare, if you don't have an understanding, if you don't have economic freedom, if you don't have freedom of culture and the way to set culture and to not appropriate it, but to make it a liberatory thing, you're gonna always be this perpetual loop of oppression, you know. And so with the clothing line, Lord of Threads, you have a way to dress fashionably, knowing that you are a part of culture. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, people of color, we like to swag it out a little bit. You know, we like to look good, and that's what we work for. Um, Mastermind Society is more about the education, a lot of public speaking about entrepreneurship and how it's synonymous with freedom, you know, and
Mm.
resilience. And so we go around to different venues, high school, colleges, businesses, and then just have conversations about different perspectives about entrepreneurship and ways to, and a mindset that it takes to truly be free via entrepreneurship. And Leaf Records is just that's what it says. The record label really trying to open up and be there for the artists versus making the oppressive way that labels are set up today, where someone could be very artistic, lyrically poetic, and they are really a slave to a label, you know. And so we try to address that, and so you can get the love back to your art and your passion, which is hip hop, which is spoken word, which is poetry, which is arts, you know. So that's what like Leaf Records is all about. And you already know the podcast, man. Like that's just an outlet for me to talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I really enjoy perspectives. I really enjoy understanding other people's perspectives. You don't have to per se agree with mine. I just want to come to an understanding, and so that's just basically about all I do, and I love it. I can't do nothing else.
So that's dope. That's dope. I want to say something because you're absolutely correct. Like it's like no matter what is going on in your life, um, if your health is not right, if you're not feel, you know what I'm saying? If like if your physical body is not on point, like nothing else really matters because you can't enjoy even all the great shit that you're doing. So I definitely appreciate that. And I'm gonna definitely make sure to put, links to all we need to put links to all this in the description of the video. So we'll coordinate that later. But I definitely want to make sure I capture all that. All right, my brother, my brother. Okay, so the question I got for you and what the streets want to know,
Okay.
you know, social activism is something, social justice is something that is very, near and dear to my heart, near and dear to your heart. We've talked about this on many occasions. So I wanted to really just get your perspective on what what are the most important things we can do right now in order to achieve freedom, social justice, social equity, all the above. What do we need to do right now?
Ooh, um, great question, bro. You got to realize without the true, honest acknowledgement about oppression and oppressive systems that currently exist, we can't even get out of the house to get in the car to get on the road towards freedom.
Mm,
Because, like, you got it is an idea. And because people view freedom differently, different ways. Some people view freedom as I got $100,000 in the bank, I'm free. I don't have to help nobody else. I don't got to do nothing. So I think first things first, people have to come to a shared understanding about the problem, and they have to understand what they're trying to achieve. Because if everybody that is working in opposing ideals, you'll never get to that thing of freedom. So when people ask me as an activist, oh, you must really love Black people, I say I do not. I love Black people. I love brown people. I love white people, but that's not the reason I'm an activist. I love freedom. I love an idea of everyone doing whatever they want, however they want, with whomever they want to do it with, without one person feeling like I have to have all the power and everyone else has to be on my under my foot on my boot. And so if I feel like if everyone's around at my table is free 100%, that's true power. Versus if everyone around the table is profiting from my freedom, that means I'm the 1%. That means I'm the one with all the power, the resources. That's not true freedom, even if I'm a good guy, because they still have to come to me to make decisions, and that's not okay. When you have freedom of decisions, even if you're running a company and the employees have bought into your vision for your company, and you make a way for them to sooner or later get the resources they need to, one, continue your vision or start their own, but you give them the option to do that. I really feel like that's true freedom. So everything to me is about business. Everything is about business. Whether you're in a relationship, whether you dealing with life, with everything comes back to business. But business has such a bad connotation because it's detached from emotions. People try to say like, oh, if you make it about business, that means the person is not important. No, your health is your main business, because without your health, like we said, you can't thrive. So I feel like freedom is such, people can make this such esoteric, like this thing that's out there. But if you wake up every day and you work towards your freedom, you exercise, you breathe, like you practice a lot, you try to make sure everyone you encounter feels you and feels that you're working towards something that's gonna may outlive you. I feel like that's freedom. And unless we have a collective understanding of a problem and a true understanding of the vision, everybody doesn't have to like agree of what your vision, but it should be some fundamental situation where we all agree. And that is where I think we'll get to where we're trying to go as a community, especially as a Black man. I think we really have to have honest conversations about liberatory ways for men of color to move so that we can be free. You know, if I was talking to a woman of color, a trans individual, a gay male or woman, lesbian, all those communities that I appreciate and want to know more about and serve, they would have different ideals of freedom, but it has to be a fundamental throughway for all of us so that we all can experience our version of freedom. So this question you asked is amazing, but it's difficult because every different community is going to have a different ideal of what freedom should look like.
So expand a little bit more on the point that you just made. Expand a little bit more in terms of, you said one of the most important things is having a collective understanding of the problems or issues. So in your opinion, you know what I'm saying? I'm not asking you to speak for everybody, but in your opinion, what is the problem or issue that we are facing that is stopping us from achieving that liberatory space?
Economic freedom. Economics. It always comes back to economics. It will always come back to economics. Not because we live in a capitalistic world, yes, true, but without the ability to say yes, without the ability to have resources, you won't be able to address certain ills. So I believe in capitalism, not present day, but as a, because I'm competitive and I feel like if you have a superior product, you should be like top tier. You should be sought after. You should be able to reap the rewards of your hard work. However, capitalism today was set up on the backs of Black and brown individuals. So from its inception is corrupt, you know? So capitalism, how it exists today, I don't agree with. You know, where 1 or 2 or 3 or 15 or 1% of the people have all the power, the money, the resources, decision-making skills, and all that. And everyone else gets whatever they get. Thank you for allowing us to do that. I don't like that. So in my little world where we up in A2H2 exist, I hope to create a mini economy where individuals that may work for my companies will start to understand the importance of economic freedom because they are part of an economic, because they are part of the economy of we up in A2H2. I say that because, like, if they're around the table when decisions are being made, if they're around a table when things have to be done, and it's easier to buy into a vision of my company, which is ironically going to make my company even stronger. And they'll have the ability to, like I said earlier, to start their own situation or continue my vision because they believe in what I'm offering the world. And I think as a community, we have, how can I say this? Let me go back. Slavery, it was horrible, but it was easier than freedom because we knew what we had to do to survive. You know, like, you got to realize the system of
Hold on,
slavery.
wait, time out. Don't go Kanye. Don't go Kanye. What do you what explain what you said about
No, no, listen to
with
what I'm
that
saying.
statement?
Yeah. No. I ain't say no shit like it's a choice. I'd never said that. It's horrible. You know what I mean? Slavery was horrible. However, when I say it was easier, it's because, prime example, Harriet Tubman. Do you know how difficult that was to envision somewhere that you've never been, you've never seen, you've never gone, and just go there because you think in your mind it could be better than what you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's not like it was a better thing. Slavery is okay. Why the fuck it was a choice? No, that you're dumb. Like, that's crazy. That is, I would never disrespect the ancestors by even saying that. What I'm saying is, that's why she said it in her own quote. She said, I would have freed more slaves if they knew they were slaves. You know, like, I would have done more because you don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to go to New York. I'm living in Georgia. I got to go through all these states. On the way, I may get shot and killed. But if I stay here, I may get a couple lashes. But if I stay in the system that was created, I won't die. Or I won't die like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, that's all I'm saying. it takes audacious and crazy people at the time to say, you know what, it got to be better than this. Every person that we look up to, whether it's Gandhi, Malcolm X, Martin, Stokely, like all the innovators and all the Black Panthers, they were deemed crazy because they said, you know what, you mean to tell me, like, I can't even think without permission? Nah, we got a problem. I don't like that. I don't feel right in my spirit. And I'm going to look for greener pastures or freedom because I have an idea that it got to be better than what is existing right now. That's what I'm saying.
That
But
makes
it
sense.
could have been easier. It could have been easier to stay in the system and less people would have probably died. But if somebody didn't say, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't go to school. You mean tell me we can't beat like segregation? Like is better for me? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I need what they're getting over there. That's why poverty exists, because we have a lack of everything. We have a lack of vision. We have a lack of resources. We have a lack of insight. We have a lack of everything. And so the perpetuation of poverty is not just because you're poor. It's because you don't see a future, that because you just don't know.
Mm.
And that's why, in order for us, we only change when we see better. Like if you saw an activist, you start to feel like you could be an activist because you start to resonate with the person. You see the person like, oh shit, let's go to hip hop. We only have a perpetuation of hip hop because someone sees, yo, Big Daddy Kane. Oh shit. Yo, let me see. I like how I feel when I hear that music. You pick up a mic. Everybody that rap didn't know they could rap. They were inspired. You know what I'm saying? You hear Jay out here doing this. He's like, oh shit, I think I can do it. He started rapping, start playing with the mic, start playing with music, start feeling a certain way. Next thing you know, you got this person. You got a Lupe, then you got a Kanye, then you got like it's a thing of inspiration. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, if we never had examples, representation, like we would always be in a state of perpetual poverty until crazy motherfuckers come out here and say, yo, I could be a billionaire. Oh, Jay-Z did that. Maybe I could do it too. Kanye did that shit. Oh, I could do it too. You know what I'm saying? So if I could do it, that I mean, we work at a school, you know what I mean? And like we represent something for Black and brown kids, whether we want to or not. We walk through, they looking at us like, damn, I can have a job one day. Look at Corey, bro. Damn, Doc said I could do this. I may be able to do it. It's that simple. We make it more difficult to escape poverty than it really is. It's just like sitting down, understanding your worth, and saying, you know what? I believe I can, and I will. Nobody fucking with my leaf when I first got it. No, nobody. They were like, yo, bro, you are crazy. Why are you wearing a fucking hat with a leaf on it? That shit is weird. Now, bro, come on. You see, like, it's, oh, God, can I have da. Like, if you aren't audacious enough to believe in what you got moving, you're gonna stay where you are, and you run the risk of negatively impacting other lives. And so I take activism that seriously because I know what I represent when it comes to freedom.
Yeah,
Life and death.
I think you're making a lot of good points. And during my time in education, one of the things I always encourage students to do is like you have to try new things. You have to expose yourself to new ideas because you never know what you're gonna resonate with until you experience it. Like I've had students that have been like, yo, I was walking on the street and we walked by a construction site and I saw people, doing the construction and building the building or whatever the case may be. And that made me want to be a construction person. It made me want to get into that. And now I'm making, fucking 80 bands, 90 bands a year because I'm a fucking construction worker. Because when I was 13 years old, I walked by a construction site and I just saw what they were doing. And I'm using that as an example, but I'm also agreeing with the principle of it's really about exposure. Like get the young people exposed to as many things as they can because they're gonna resonate, they're gonna see something, they're gonna experience something, and they're gonna resonate with something that's gonna be like, oh, I could do this. I could do this. I want to do this. And if you can get paid for it, as a job or as a career and you enjoy it, Easy money.
You won. You won. You won.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I mean, when we talk about poverty, me, you talk about it all the time, it's by design. Why do you think the buildings are built the way they are? Why do you think you can't see nothing but all the bullshit that's around you for miles? It's by design, you know. And so if you have a lack of exposure because all you see is crack vials and people steeped in addiction, you think that's life. And you try, see, Black and brown people have an amazing ability to create flowers out of shit. Like, that's what we do. Like, why you think we talk about talking shit, laughing through the pain? Like, you broke, I'm broke. What we gonna do? Sit here and cry? Oh, I'm gonna cut your ass. You gonna cut my ass? Damn, boy, you ugly as shit. Yeah, boy, I couldn't take a shower in 3 days. Damn, motherfucker, you stink like hell. Yeah, because our water been off. But we going back and forth, and we just passing the time. That's why we are artisans at survival. We can survive through goddamn anything, bro.
Anything, brother.
We can
Anything.
survive, but we cannot thrive. Like we have, not cannot. We find difficulty to thrive because we just don't have the knowledge to do so. So thriving is our issue, and that's what I'm working to do with my companies is to really educate individuals on how to thrive. Because we mastered our survival.
Facts.
Survival is, that's what we do. From the slave ship, from the transatlantic passage, like how the fuck did we survive that? From a medical standpoint, we should have been dead. Like from Africa to here, bro, back in the day on them ships. Come on, bro. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like infections, steeped in infections, feces, vomit, pregnant women coming through. Like, how the fuck did we survive that? You know, and so just like that to present day, we know how to survive. Like, but I want to understand, and I'm still on the journey myself of how to thrive, how to make so when I wake up in the morning, I'm excited to just be here. Be like, yo, today I'm going to meet this person. I'm going to talk to Corey. We're going to come up with a company to really address this in education. We're going to do this. Bro, that's the time I'm on, bro. Like, that's amazing to me. I get excited just thinking about that. Like, to be on your podcast, to talk about this shit, bro, I could do this like travel and just talk about this with people like you, like-minded individuals. I love that shit, bro. I love that.
That's what we need though, because I feel like the only thing stopping us from really manifesting that reality is the level of organization and collaboration. Like there's when you think about the systems that are oppressing us and the systems that are in place to control us, the only difference between them and us is their level of organization. You know what I'm saying? Like they are way more organized. They are way more in sync with each other in terms of outcomes and in terms of things that they're trying to accomplish than we are. We're fragmented. And I don't understand. I do understand because society teaches us to be fragmented and it contributes to our fragmentation. But it's like, that's the only thing stopping us, bro. We got the numbers, we got the power, we got everything. The only thing we're lacking is organization, which is what they have times 1,000. They are so organized that it's like it's almost beyond comprehension the level to which they try to orchestrate what they want to see, and they're fucking doing it.
Yo, bro, white supremacy is such a brilliant infrastructure, a brilliant dynamic. Willie Lynch, the man that created psychology of creating a slave, made the situation scientific, and it's still present today. Like if we were as organized, just imagine this. If we argue about this a lot, we were as organized as Trump's camp, what the fuck could we do?
What couldn't we
because
do?
I don't care I don't care what you say about Trump, if he's right or wrong. The people who believe in Trump are like, I don't care what he does, he represents us and we're gonna do it. So just imagine you flip that and do it for shit that like is righteous and right and unapologetic. Bro, it is terrifying the amount. But again, people of color are afraid to know what that would look like. What would it look like to be anti-Trump? That's kind of terrifying, because the individuals who dare to step out on that ledge are Fred Hampton, a Bobby Seale, a Malcolm X, a Martin. When they say, no, I'm about to do it, what happened? You know? But say it or not, you know what I mean? It is like, we have to get to a place where it's more important for the idea of freedom than the individualistic way of living. Like, take care of your wife, your daughter, your son. And then, see, the reason, like, I know that I view life differently, because I feel like everybody's my fucking family. They make a joke like, yeah, what up, fam, this and that. They think it's like some cute shit I say. I view you as my family, seriously. And it's difficult for me to be in an individualistic way, to think about, oh, taking care of myself, getting all this bread. Like, I don't have to live like this. I can be like, you know, fuck it, and make money and be off to doing my own thing. Not really worrying about Corey. Not really worrying about this next person. Not really worrying about this. But I know in my soul of souls that if I do that, I'm not living what I'm supposed to be living here. I've survived 44 years, not dead or in jail, because I'm supposed to be here to do what I'm doing right now,
I like that.
which is sacrificing my life for the greater good. And if I don't do it, I need to put a bullet in my fucking head, bro, because I'm disrespectful and I'm going against the mission. Whether you believe in God, the universe, whatever, I'm here for the purpose to serve. And if I do not serve, I need to die. Bro, Corey, you know this, bro.
No,
I
no,
don't eat
I'm
well.
with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I think that, you know, a lot of people get into that individualistic mind state, and because other people's situations may not be directly affecting them, that they get into a space where, listen, I mean, maybe like you were talking about before, it's like maybe they're in survival mode, but it's like they're not worried about the next person. But we have to be worried about the next person, because the next person is us. The next person is us. The person that you're helping is you. The person that is giving you help is you. You know what I'm saying? We're a reflection of each other. And if we do not come together and work as a collective, then we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, activism is not a spectator sport, bro. You know, and it's not for me. And again, I'm not talking shit about any other person that calls themselves an activist. It's not a suit and tie talking from the thing down to the people, getting them all riled up, talking about hope and this without actually creating options, actually doing something. Because when they leave that rally, when they leave that gathering, and they go back to their shithole, rats and roaches and sex workers are like doing whatever they do to feed their sons and daughters, like, I can't be okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm not here trying to deliver, like, make you feel good, give you a whole bunch of hope. I feel like that's, to me, that's not activism. That's going to church on Sunday morning. Like, what am I doing for my community just to continue to speak sweet shit to the ear? One day we're gonna come. I'm not Martin Luther King, bro. I love him. I think he did. I have a dream. Great. You have a dream. That's amazing, Martin. Thank you for that. What are we gonna do to make sure that the individual who is in the hood, who can't read, but they don't have enough money to get shoes, to get clothes, to taking care of their kids, how are we going to create their economic situation so they can go to school to become a doctor, to cure cancer, to make a situation that can save more lives? Like, what are we doing for them besides telling them that one day we're going to be okay?
No,
Keep hope
listen.
alive.
You listen. You're preaching it. You're preaching it. And I when it comes to what I think needs to happen for society, I'm very much in line with the economic piece. Like, people, like, the society that we have, it functions on money. It functions on currency. So it's like, if you don't have that as a resource, then it can be very difficult. It can be very difficult to maneuver. So it's like really getting people into this idea of community economics, collective economics, but and even capitalism in a righteous way, because there is a way to make money that is not oppressing people. You know what I'm saying? Like there are a multitude of businesses that conduct business, and they're hiring people from the community. They're owned by people from the community. They support the community, but they're not trying to exploit people. And I think that's the differentiation between what you were talking about earlier. Is like once like capitalism is, because we live in a money-driven society, capitalism can be used for good. However, if it's taken too far and people start, once it gets to the point where people start exploiting other people and oppressing other people and using other people to uplift themselves, not thinking about the collective, only thinking about themselves and their circle, that's when shit gets fucked up. That's when shit gets fucked up. And what we have now in terms of capitalism in the Western society, we have that to an extreme. You know what I'm saying? Like these corporations out here are running fucking wild. They're running wild, and not only are they running wild, but they also control the government, because they're the ones giving large sums of money to politicians for their campaigns, for their private pockets, for their whatever the case may be. The corporations are paying off the politicians, because the government is supposed to regulate the corporations so they don't wild out. But when you have the corporations and the government working together in a synergy, that's why we're in the situation we're in right now.
Yes, 100%. You said something that brought it back, man. I read this book, man, Slavery by Another Name.
Who's the author?
Oh, it eludes me right now. But look up Slavery by Another Name, and it'll come right up. You know what I'm saying? But they speak of freedom that slaves got, freedom, but they didn't get political freedom. And like people who are in government understand that. That's why we're still present day fighting for voting rights, gerrymander.
Crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like they know that if everyone, like the popular vote, electoral vote, like individuals know that if this was truly a democracy, like shit would be a lot different. But it can't be a true democracy, because if you let the slaves vote, oh shit. What would that look like? Again, on the other end, what would it look like for a slave owner to no longer have that much freedom? That is what a lot of people who are in power feel like. They shroud it under, yeah, keep government away, or yeah, we're moving too fast, let's slow down. No, individuals are afraid that if people of color or marginalized groups get a semblance of the type of power that has been generational for other individuals, what the fuck's gonna happen? That's gonna fuck up their way of life. We saw it in
COVID. But that's I don't even know what type of thinking that's that zero sum thinking where it is like, if you get something, it takes away from me.
Agreed.
But that's not accurate. And that's why their thinking is fucked up. There is enough for everybody. There's enough resources for everybody. There's enough land for everybody. There's enough food, water, medicine, everything under the sun. The earth provides everything abundantly and infinitely. Every season is a new season. New plants grow, new fruits grow, new vegetables grow. Bro, there's enough for everybody. Bro, just because you get some don't mean it's taken away from me. But the oppressive mind state is I need to hoard the power. I need to hoard the resources, because if I don't hoard them and if other people get them, it's taken away from me. That's a psychotic mindset, bro.
Dangerous, bro. I mean, slavery was not because of the color of our skin. It was an economic situation.
It was an economic situation. They tried it with the Indians first, and the Indians wasn't having it. Well, I don't mean to say Indians, but the native people to North America, they tried it with them. They was like, nah, and the shit wasn't working. And then they were like, okay, so now it's not working with them. Let's go to Africa and bring them motherfuckers over. Fuckery.
It's economics. That's what I'm saying. So if economics was a reason for one of the most abysmal things in this situation, why would it be so crazy to think it's the cure? Economic freedom is freedom. Because economics doesn't always have to do with like paper money. It's currency. Economics is currency. Like what am I willing to let go, to barter, to trade for, to get what I need? That's economics, not just the dollar, because the dollar value changes over time. Something happens, stocks go up, stocks go down, Wall Street this, Wall Street that. All right, cool. However, when you are economically empowered, you know how to make decisions that are going to better your family, yourself, your community, your future, individuals coming behind you. That's why, whether it comes to healthcare, whether it comes to education, at the end of the day, if you don't have the economic freedom to do certain things, they will not get done. Every school you work at, Corey, the situation is we have to let people go. We can't do certain things for the people. The curriculum has to change. Books can't be bought because we don't have the money to supply that. Healthcare. I gotta get my insulin. I gotta have enough beds. I gotta have a hospital with this much money to treat this much people, to have this much nurses, to pay this much doctors. If you're economically free, you can always say yes to problems. And they don't become problems. They just become opportunities to serve more, to serve further. I go into a depressed community. I see a whole bunch of people just poor. I say, you know what? Yo, fuck this. I'm about to buy that. I'm gonna get that place. I'm gonna get that. I'm about to create a community center. I want to create a medical clinic. I want to create a school. I want to create a daycare. I want to create this job. Now you're putting jobs in the community. Now individuals have the options whether they want to continue with the nigga shit or do some shit where they don't have to look over their shoulder every day. And I promise you, individuals who are really in the hood and really in the street don't want to be there, bro.
Yeah.
They don't. They want to be like, you know what? I would love a day when I wake up, I don't got to dodge bullets. I don't give a fuck if you making $10,000 a week selling dope. Bro, that shit is stressful. You are like, God damn, I just want a day where I can make $10,000 a week and kick it at the park with my son or daughter.
Talk it.
You know how that's, bro, that to me is power, bro. That is powerful. Not how much money you can get, this and that. We've been trained that all that matters is fucking money. All that matters is not money. All that matters is freedom. And freedom comes with the ability to make choices because of your economic station in life.
You appreciate. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do because I know we can talk about this for.
Oh, I'm a rapper, bro.
Listen. We could go on about this all day and all night, and I hope that you will come back to the People's Podcast. I know you will because I know where you live, nigga. So I'll pull up on you. But I want to end this off, and I want you to just like, yo, let's say you have the ear of every person in America, every black person, every white person, every brown person, everybody in America right now that is trying to create a better society. You have their ear right now. What do you tell them?
Ooh, you just said you want to end this shit. Like what we doing? You can't have both, bro. Man. In short, everyone deserves and is entitled and is obligated to supply freedom, acquire freedom, and experience freedom. Everyone. And until we understand that our freedoms are intricately aligned and should be together, because believe it or not, slave owners were not free either. It just looked different for them because every day they got to worry about losing money, slaves killing their ass. So they're always on guard. So they were never free either. So once we understand that once you're free, then I'm truly free. I think then we have achieved freedom. But without the collective understanding that we are aligned and we are entangled with this idea of what freedom should be, we'll never achieve such freedom because we always think, I got to get over on you, or you can get over on me. And that's very oppressive. Once I say, you know what, Corey got my back. Oh, I know he got my back. We both working towards freedom. Bro, we got it. We won. It's over. Mic drop. Done. Let's go home.
warm up the bus. Let's go home.
That's it, bro.
Like no.
Listen, it ain't difficult.
No. You're talking it. That's absolutely correct. And I think it goes back to a theme that we've visited throughout this whole conversation, which is that it is bigger than the individual. It is about the collective. It is about the community, and the things that happen to others are happening to you, whether you know it or not, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. Because at the end of the day, oppression doesn't stop. Oppression doesn't stop. Exploitation doesn't stop. So because you're not being a victim of it now, once they're done with everybody else, they're coming for you. Get that right. You know what I'm saying? It's like you think you safe. He's like, yeah, it's not in your reality. It will be. It will be, because it doesn't. Expression and exploitation and oppression doesn't have a limit. It doesn't have a code. It doesn't have anything. It's lawless. And so as soon as they're done with the black and brown people, guess what, white folks? They coming for you. As soon as they're done with the people who don't have as much money, guess what? They coming for the rich folks. They coming for all y'all. They're coming for all of us. So even it is in your own self, even if you're just a self-centered person and all you care about is yourself, it is in your own self-interest to help others, because again, once they're done with them, they're coming for you. So if you want to if you want to self-preserve, then you need to be worried about what's happening to other people, because again, once it happens to them and once they're done with them and that all that has run its course, guess who's next up on the menu? It's you, my G.
Yes, 100%. Exploitation. See, we think that exploitation has something to do with skin color. No, it has something to do with vulnerability. Whoever is the most vulnerable is going to get the most exploited. It just happens that it's black and brown people. But if it was flipped and black and brown people were not as vulnerable, were not as marginalized, here it comes, Mr. White Man. You know what I mean? So exploitation, again, just like freedom, is an idea. You know what I mean? That's the alter ego. Exploitation is the alter ego of freedom. Exploitation says, nigga, I want you. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get you. Fuck your feeling, your family. Freedom is like, nah, bro, hold on. I think everybody should be able to smile. Everybody should feel hopeful. Everybody should be happy. Everybody should be able to drink clean water. Everybody should be able to eat every day. Everybody should be educated. You know, that's what freedom says. Exploitation is, nah, fuck your feelings. If you're vulnerable, you shouldn't do that. I'm going to do that. It's kill or be killed. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you 110%, brother. Thank you for that.
All right, my brother. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully this is the first of many. I know we have these conversations on a regular, but I think just putting it out there for the people is also beneficial. Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you taking the time, and appreciate you. Any final words?
Nah, bro, I'm in. You mean you trying to get out of here? Look, you keep pulling me back. They keep pulling me back in, bro.
Listen. Like I said, the first of many, brother. The first of many, because we still gotta get to your top 5 rappers, because I know we've had that discussion many times. And we got we gotta go in deep on that. We can have a whole hip hop episode. Bring Chef Chris on, and bring all the brothers on, Keem and all them. Bring them brothers on the set and just chop it up. But I do appreciate you taking your time, brother. And yeah, man, I hope to see you on here again very soon.
Appreciate you, family. Thank you.